Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we're back with another slime video. And I have recently returned from my wedding vacation in California, and boy, it feels really good to be home. But this is coming a little late, because as of recording this is technically the day that I got back home. And the meta, I believe, switches over either tomorrow or the next day. We'll have to wait and see. And the live stream is 11 and a half hours from now. But my cat also missed me tremendously, so he's going to be loud. Okay, well, he said his piece. Anyways, I never got a chance to record the tier list video before I left, and I sure as hell wasn't going to record it while I was down... cat. While I was down there. So we're doing it now. You know, I have been keeping up with slime. Obviously, I've done the shorts, and we've seen the Konosuba stuff. I have continued to use all of the units, so I have a very good idea of where I feel like placing them. So we're going to start with Protector Mirin, and she is a fantastic burst damage protector for this meta. You know, giving all magic units crits, just like Frey gives physical units crits. Great. The follow-up damage is very, very impressive when you have a unit that has, like, a bunch of buffs. Even, you know, small-time buffs from this team still makes them do ridiculous damage on their normal orbs, and then really good damage on their follow-up. It's just that if you take her out of the meta, and you take her away from a dark enemy, so you're not getting that 60% damage increase, and you take her away from, you know, the magic characters, it really doesn't work as well as you would want it to. She is not a overly generalized protector. She's still a very good protector. She's an EX protector. She's got, you know, multiple things that she can do. It's just that she is very specific. More specific than, you know, Frey is, or Toa is, or Veldora, or even Velzard. You know, there's really only a few places where you can use her at her maximum potential. So I'm going to put her down into A tier. Still really good. By no means is she bad. It's just that she is rather limited. So she's going to live in A tier. I don't really see an argument from pushing her up into S tier. But I definitely don't want to put her down into B tier either. So moving on into the free-to-play units, free-to-play Traya goes all the way up to S tier. She's essentially Water Rimuru for greens. What do you expect? If he's up here, she's up there. I don't really need to say anything else. If you need a green orb changer, if say you're really down on like big-time support units, but you need orbs, especially for this meta, and you don't have a triple orb changing protector like Frey or Shizu or Toa. Well, Toa's oranges, but you get the point. Traya will save you in multiple scenarios. And I see some people are like, we have too many orb changers on the team if you put her on. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. You want big time damage. However, in order to get big time damage, you must get lots of points. You must send six hands of orbs. You must do what you need to actually use the big time buffs efficiently, and you're not going to use it efficiently if you either, 1, don't have points, 2, are only sending 1 orb. So, Traya is a fantastic free-to-play unit. We've gotten a good round of free-to-play characters in this game, which is really, really good. Like, you're really good, you're really good, you're pretty good, you're really good, you're really good. There's the older units, obviously, that aren't as good, but the newer units, they're really doing a good job on giving us useful free-to-play units. Not just in this meta, but in, you know, previous metas, upcoming metas, probably. So she will be around for a long time, just like Rimuru will be around for a long time. And then free-to-play protector Eren is like half a Mirin right there, and that's more than what we can say than, you know, Chloe and Dino. And Zoe. Like they're like a third of their primary protector. So I am going to put you up into B tier for now, You don't give crits, which is kind of a letdown, and you only give the follow-ups to green-type orbs, which is also kind of a letdown. But you're still doing the follow-up damage, and you're still getting that, 30% attack buff, and I think that's slightly more useful than whatever these two were doing with, like raising skill cap, but also giving you like a 1-turn buff. Hers is also for 1 turn instead of 2 turns like Mirren, but because she's more like her primary meta protector, I am going to rate her higher than these two, and Soe is just down here because he's just not good. But Aaron up into B tier. She is an okay replacement, but this meta is over in like 2 days or so. I don't really see people using her that much after this until we get the Goddess of Destiny rerun and the beatdown battle comes back maybe. I don't know, but I do think she's better than these two. And then moving on into the battle units. Ignore Gabiru because I can't remove him for some stupid reason. You can't do that. We have the new Light Shuna, and you know what? She's pretty good. She's pretty good. Our first triple orb stealer in all the time that I've been playing Predator Battle, Jubilee, Beatdown Battle, really anything that I put her in, it is like a 95% chance that I'm going to be able to steal into a full 6-hand with her. Because most of the time you get 3 orbs for someone, and someone you probably don't really need, right? It's Beatdown Battles, I've got Hero 2.0. It's like, yeah, she's good. I don't need her up front, though, and I can just steal. Or I'm doing the Predator Battle with Shinsha. Okay, well, I have 4 Shinsha orbs. Might as well make them all Shuna. She is sufficient in giving herself orbs, or creating orbs for herself, and she is sufficient in dealing damage. The only thing you need is someone to give her crits, which, if you have Mirren, congratulations. And if you have the hero, which, if people who started playing at this meta, or the half anniversary, they should have had enough to get 2 heroes at this point, right? If you've done all the missions to get all the coins, they gave away enough coins to get 2 heroes. Not that you can buy 2 of them, but the hero was essentially given away for free. And she is still number 1 A tier, well, godly spot, S rank 1. Well, I guess no, S rank is something, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired, guys. She is top tier still. And she gives crits, right? What does Shuna need? Someone to give her crits. What do you get when you put 2 of the best units together on the same team? You get really good damage. So, really, really, really good unit. Deserves to be in the godly tier along with the other DPSs. And I will hear no arguments about dropping her lower. Like, you're just dumb. I'm sorry. If you feel like that she is down here somewhere, you haven't been using her correctly. Sokka, my 400 pity Sokka, my second level 120 EX unit, is pretty good. Not as good as I maybe have wanted her to be, and definitely probably not worth, in retrospect, the 120. She would have been fine at 100, because we didn't use her for damage, so I didn't really need her 120. Hindsight's a bitch, ain't it? But she is still a good unit nonetheless, guaranteeing you orbs for another turn. And if you have the hero 1.0, it's technically 2 turns, and it means that you can essentially, if you have her with Shuna, you can get the whole 36 orbs in 1 turn, right? Or 2 turns, because you can get the steal with Shuna for that's the 6, and then you get the other 6 follow-ups. You get the rewind, so that's turn 2.5 or something, and you get the 6 free with this, and that's another 12 orbs, and then you actually get to the next turn, of which this then kicks in for its full power, and you have another 12 orbs. So she has amazing power and potential. It's just weird to fit her in on some spots when there are other units who maybe can't do as much as she can, but maybe contribute in a slightly better way than if you're not bringing Shuna. Like if you're bringing Dark Milim, it's like she'll still be useful. But I don't know. And then her attack buff, it does scale with the number of Goddess of Destiny units, so like there are times where you're only going to get the 25%, and there are times when you get the 45%, and there is a pretty big difference between getting those 2 different numbers on your damage levels. So, and it really, really, really pains me to do this, but I'm gonna put her into A tier. All right. I love Sokka. I'm really glad that we got a summonable Sokka, especially in Bride format. She looks great. Her outfit looks great. Her skills are okay. Her kit is okay. It's not enough to put her in Godly, and I think it's just not good enough to put her into S tier. If her attack buff skill wasn't as dependent on other units, or it started out at a higher damage level and capped out higher, then maybe I could see going into S tier. Because if she started at like 35 or 40% when you know it's just her, and then you got extra on top of that, I could at least move her up into S tier. But she doesn't. And for her to get her whole 36 orbs, you kind of need Shuna, you kind of need Hero, and it's kind of dependent. Otherwise, you're getting one turn of guaranteed greens coming up next turn, which could help set up for a number of things. But then, is it better to just bring someone else? It's debatable. So I'm going to put her into A tier for now. And then we have Rain, the third and final unit of the Goddess of Destiny, summonable battle characters. And she is a fairly good unit, right? She is combining like two different units into one. She's taking free-to-play Isis green buff without the nerfing part of it, where you nerf oranges, or you nerf your ult gauge increase, and instead you put a debuff on the enemy for crit resistance down. So it's like the best of both worlds. You're getting that 50% green buff, and you're also increasing the amount of damage your crits are doing. Like that's really good by itself right there. And then she has the magic buff, which is the kind of unfortunate thing about her. I really wish it didn't have a turn limit, or if it did, I wished it lasted one extra turn, like 4 turns. I think that does hold her back from being put into Godly, so I'm going to move her into S tier, because the magic buff, is specific for magic characters, just like physical Rimuru is specific for physical characters, wherever he is. Where is he? Hold on. Wait, where's Fount of Wisdom Rimuru? Oh, there he is. Alright. So, specific magic, specific physical. The green buff, and plus the debuff, really, really good. But the whole, 40% damage, and then it just cuts itself in half, I'm not really a fan of that. I don't know. If it had been stacking where you use a bunch of skills and then you get extra power on top of that, kind of like the crit damage from Shizu or Milim, or the pierce power from Xion, that would have been maybe a little bit better, and that would have pushed her up into Godly. But I think she's a very, very solid S tier unit, and she's just one change away from being up into Godly. So she's splitting the line right here. But still fantastic units. Again, another EX meta with fairly good usable units. The worst we've gotten right now, and still in my opinion, is Wind Shizu, but the more units that get added to Fount of Wisdom, the better she's going to get. It's just that Fount of Wisdom is primarily blue and she's green. So, I mean, you can put her in a number of different places as well, but I still think she's down here for now. For now. We'll reevaluate her later on. But that is the tier list for June of 2023. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my placements of Shuna, Rain, and Sokka, and Eren, and I don't think you can argue Traya, and then Miran. So let me know in the comments, but I will see you guys, I guess, in half a day or so for the Konosuba collab live stream. Peace. I'm so happy to be home. Bye, guys.